I appreciate you and I love you. Now you can also be part of the African History class. All you need to do is to follow me on Twitter. And my Twitter handle is at Blakk Rasta. BLAKKRASTA. You must also follow us on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio. And you tweet with the hashtags. Hashtag African History class. Hashtag Blakk Rasta. Hashtag Urban Blend. Oh my God, that mercy. This is what it is. Thank you so much for joining us, Daniel Kwame J. We appreciate you and we love you all the way from the scrap city of Abosokai. My God, that mercy. He's our Proverbs master. We appreciate you and we love you. And this is also not everybody K. Oh my God. And he says, welcome the African teacher, Blakk Rasta, into the African History class. Testament GH is also here. Not everybody K is our photo archivist right there, the African History class. Many more people right there in the African History class. I want to say thank you so much to all you wonderful people right there in the African History class. Thank you so much to TJ, all the way from Kia City, aka Kaswa. We appreciate you and we love you. Many more people right there in the African History class. Can you see who I see? I see you, former President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama. Yes. And I see you too, Ohima Wiye. Right there, the African History class. Thank you so much. We appreciate you for joining us. Here you are also smiling at me. I know what you want. Thank you so much for joining us. Sadia Hips. I see you, Kaylin Kokoke. I see you, Moda Sobur. Here you are also, Empress Gessibi. Thank you so much for joining us. Afigba Bovo. We appreciate you, Sami Banflex. I see you too. Jigida Creation. I see you too. Thank you so much, Ras Otufo Nana Tutufalo to Jaja I. Tutubigo from. Here you are. We appreciate you for joining us. Oh, Bobo Sly. You are. Oh, yes, Bobo Sly. You are a rice seller inside Teshipenny. Thank you so much for joining us. I see you, last Kobe. Trot driver inside our shit. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you so much for joining us. And I see you too, Bob Etonam. Thank you so much for joining us. We love you. We appreciate you. Love every time. Many more people right there in the African History class. We just want to say thank you to all you wonderful people right there in the African History class. You also can be part of the African History class. All you need to do is to follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is at Blakk Rasta. Now today I'm going to be telling you a very interesting story. It's a story that is going to break your heart. And this story is going to last 10 minutes. We start now. Today, my brother, my sister, I am telling you the story of Halidu Gwa. Does the name ring a bell? Halidu Gwa. Halidu Gwa. Halidu Gwa. Halidu is spelled Halidu. Gwa is Giwa. Halidu is Halidu. Halidu. Gwa is Giwa. Gwa means an elephant. Why was he called the elephant? My brother, my sister, today we have an interesting story to tell you. My brother, my sister, those of you who follow Ghanaian politics and the history of Ghana will certainly remember that on the 19th day of June in 1983, my brother, my sister, Halidu Gwa, about 20 years ago, was gruesomely murdered. This is the photo of Halidu Gwa, very young man. At the time that he was killed, how old was he? Where was Halidu Gwa from? Who can tell us the real story behind the scenes of Halidu Gwa? Only in the Black Pot. I beg your pardon, the African History class. Now, Halidu Gwa was born Carlos Halidu Gwa he was born Carlos Halidu Gwa. At a very young age, he was so interested in joining the military, and nothing could stop him. In fact, he would dress like a soldier, even from the age of about 7. From the age of about 7. My brother, my sister, he would dress like a military man. He will gather boys in his area and be training them and teaching them left, right. They'll be marching in the area and singing army songs. My brother, my sister, Carlos Halidu Gwa. He was born into the Gwa family. A family, my brother, my sister, that has its roots all the way from Banza Bakwai in Nigeria. They settled somewhere in Boku. The family spread further into more areas in the northern region of Ghana and even beyond. It's a very known family, the Gwa family. My brother, my sister, why is the family called Gwa? Gwa is the elephant. The elephant is said to have a very thick skin, impenetrable skin, a skin that is non-porous. The family is said to be tough. From humble beginnings, he found his way into the Ghana army. He joined the army, my brother, my sister. And things started to happen. It was in the days of Jerry John Rawlings. Halidu Gwa, a junior officer at the time, my brother, my sister, he was a lance corporal. It's one of the lowest ranks in the military. He gathered a few boys and he told them, it's time for action. Rawlings came into power in 79 with a so-called revolution. We all supported him and believed that he would be able to do something solid. But this guy lied to us. Look at the wanton corruption in the nation. Hilary Man came in. We expected a democracy. Because of his lust for power, Rawlings overthrew a democracy and decided to come back into power as if he's the only one who is fit to be a leader of the nation. He sat down with Bachi Jan. Bachi Jan at the time had become a dissident. He and Rawlings had fallen apart. Find me the photograph of Bachi Jan. He died a few weeks ago. I had the opportunity to interview him 3 times on radio. Bachi Jan was with Rawlings in 1979 when the coup was plotted. He was the one who freed Rawlings from the gallows of the prison, the 4 walls of the prison. Rawlings was sentenced to life imprisonment and even execution. Bachi Jan freed him. Interestingly, Bachi Jan was the one who was the best man at the wedding of Rawlings and Nana Konedu Ajiman Rawlings, who today is sitting in the African history class. We won't talk the history of Bachi Jan. This is Bachi Jan, a very old photograph of Bachi Jan. They were those who wielded the power in the days of Rawlings. Rawlings trusted him so much, he made him his best man. My brother, my sister, Bachi Jan was also the spokesperson of the AFRC. The spokesperson. This man had the background in journalism. So he was straight to the point when it came to PR and journalism. Rawlings trusted him. But after the 1979 coup d'etat and the subsequent release from prison, Jerry John Rawlings, and the execution of so many generals and even leaders of the nation Ghana. And I'm talking about Feli, I'm talking about the Champong, I'm talking also about Afrifa and much more. My brother, my sister, Bachi Jan decided to go to school in England, specifically in London, sponsored by the Republic, Ghana. When he heard there was another coup d'etat in Ghana, and a rightly elected democratic government was deposed by his same body, Rawlings, Hilary Liman's government, he got angry and announced on the BBC that it was an illegitimate government and that Rawlings was hungry for power and that Ghana was doomed under Rawlings. When Rawlings heard this announcement, he got mad that the man who was his best man at his wedding, the man that he plotted the coup with in the words of Bachi Jan, in fact, he was the one who was the master tactician of the 1979 coup. He said Rawlings is not a tactician. He doesn't even know how to plot coups. I taught him and drew everything like a map, showing him where to move and where not to move. That's how come when he was arrested, I single-handedly broke jail and removed him. Hey, today we're talking about Halidu Gwa. So the same person sat down with Bachi Jan and they spoke. Bachi Jan told Halidu Gwa, I plotted the first coup. Let's do it again. Halidu Gwa was a young man at the time, only about 19, getting to 20. From the north, he spoke Hausa like crazy. He spoke other northern languages. And he was a man who also believed in a Pelepeji, aka Juju, Bansere, Kai Kagadu. He believed in it. Halidu Gwa prayed as a Muslim, and he believed no bullet could penetrate his skin, not even the Salaga soldier's bullet. His friend said he could even demonstrate with a gun how the bullet could not penetrate his skin. But on that fateful day, after the plot by Bachi Jan, who was hiding in Togo, Halidu Gwa succeeded in taking over power of the nation. Now the plan was that after taking power and getting Rawlings out of the way, call Bachi Jan and let Bachi Jan know that this is what it is. A tape had already been recorded. He was supposed to play the tape on GBC as if it was Bachi Jan who was the leader of the coup. Oh, but it failed. How did it fail? After Halidu Gwa took over power, he told himself, Kajiwawa, Kajishiwa Kigan, Weme, Abuga tapinshi, Igwara Weishi Eku Nankode Menene, She the Yana Sorom Bindiga, Yana Nawashi Eku, Akajishega Damboroba. My God have mercy. In other words, where is this Bachi Jan guy? Yes, he helped in this coup, but he's even scared of bullets. I went in there, a junior soldier like me, commanded everybody, and we took power from the great Rawlings. I should give the credit to Bachi Jan, never. So he decided to pocket the tape, and he went to GBC himself, started firing. People were running helter-skelter because they feared him that no bullet could penetrate his skin. He went there and took over the microphone at GBC, which is just about 20 meters away from our studios here. If this was a video, I could show you where he stood and the direction he went into the studios. My brother, my sister, this is the African history class. Yabo! My brother, my sister, it was at GBC. Fire for fire, people running helter-skelter. Oh my God, have mercy. That Bachi Jan wanted his tape to be played, but Halidu Gwa said no. Oh my God. In the melee, the confusion, the announcements, wherever, Bachi Jan was sitting in Togo, waiting to be called when all hell broke loose. It was the 19th day of June, 1983. My brother, my sister, I was only 9 years old, but we could hear the gunshots all the way from Accra in Tamale. Everybody was frightened. Rawlings was able to get people to come out. He had loyalists, and some of the senior members of the army could not sit down and watch a junior soldier take over the reins of the nation. It was almost like a disgrace to them. How could this young boy, only about 19, 20, be the leader? He would have become the youngest leader, my brother, my sister, in the history of Africa. Oh, he was arrested easily. He led a military coup with Sergeant Abdul Malik on June 19, 1983. Though the coup attempt failed, lives were changed from that day. Now, on the same day, there was a man who was shot. His name, Bachi Jan. Can you put up a photograph of Bachi Jan? How many of us remember Bachi Jan? Bachi Jan also ran for the presidential flag bearership of his party, the NPP. In fact, they disgraced him. But this man's history is also checkered. That day he was shot. They thought he was dead. And they carried him all the way to 37 military hospital here. And then they put him in the morgue. You know what the morgue is? They put him there. Not knowing he was not dead, though. As the place became so cold and he started feeling the ice, his body started shaking. Blah, 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 blah. When they checked out, they realized that, hey, the man no die. Oh. He was lucky it was not a mortuary man from my village. He would have hit him with a ghost hammer to tell him, Kai mutu, shege, and durua. My brother, my sister, Bachi Jan, who was shot and left at the 37 military hospital for dead. He survived and became the vice president of the Bank of New York after he was taken away. My brother, my sister, it is what it is. The African history class. Gwa was arrested, and Rawlings made sure that he tied him to the firing squad with some other people. He was tied to the firing squad. Hey, Rawlings made sure. My brother, my sister, you can see some of these photographs there. And then, just like this, tied to the stake. Fire! And Gwa went down. My brother, my sister, he died. Oh, Halidu Gwa. Halidu Gwa. Onenyaminko. Yay, yeah. If only you knew. Halidu Gwa, young soldier, very, very young. He went down with no mercy. Today we remember you, oh son of Banza Bakwai, from Nigeria all the way down through Boku and to the rest of the northern region. Oh, Subhanallah, Walhamdulillah, Wala ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Walillahi alhamdu. In the burden of knowledge, I ask you, now that you know the story of Carlos Halidu Gwa, what would you do? Be an any or lame in your buffet and Zunda Kagane Mezaka Yine, yeah, Papango Bokaya and Fifia and Yanuka in a war, but I am then Lele and Jima Singa Bekone, Lele and Jima Singa Berry.
Tutu Bovi, Papa Mula Homeo, Mama Mula Homeo, how naima vinye.
Now that you know, what would you do? Oh my God, have mercy. Should he have played the tape? Or should he have just probably pushed one of the senior most in the army to make the announcement? This is the lion. Make way for the game changer.
The emperor, the conqueror, the champion, the lion is here. Zabu, zabu, reigning by.